Hello there, and welcome to a brand new format for Company of Heroes. This is Deathmatch. Welcome everybody from Greyshot and Ulvadi's stream. What a fantastic best of 5 series featuring the best and brightest in Company of Heroes today. But what we're going to be doing is something a little bit different here. We're going to be showcasing brand new maps, 1 versus 1. We're going to be showcasing players that we didn't get to see that much of in the later stages of those big Master League tournaments. And we're also going to be doing it in a King of the Hill style event called Deathmatch, where the players have one shot at greatness. And that one shot at greatness isn't going to be a traditional Allies versus Axis affair. Oh no, it's going to be mirror matches for the first time at the elite level of Company of Heroes. We are going to be greeted with Axis versus Axis, Allies versus Allies. And the format is as thus. The reigning champion says what faction they're going to play as, and that's both players. They both play as the same. But every game they have to play as a new faction until all 5 have been played. And every game we see a brand new map. And that's not new to the stream, that's new in general. These are maps we've never seen players play on before. So without further ado, let's get the very first game on today. We've got Baoliang's OKW. We've got IncaUna's OKW. These guys are both top 15 in the world. And they're playing on a brand new map. This is Champs-Élysées. I feel very disrespectful to the map makers if I don't tell you the map maker of this particular contraption. Let me just go to the pinned messages. It's Joe J. Joe J made this one. It's of course set in Paris. I don't know how to speak French. I don't know how to do a French accent, but it won't stop me from trying. Baoliang going with a Kubel start. We've got a traditional Volksgrenadier start for IncaUna. And it's, as you can imagine, for Champs-Élysées, this open promenade, it is a very long, very straight road, but it is broken up by these site blockers, which divide up the high points over here. You've got the high fuel, you've got the high munitions in this park area, park industrial from west to east, and the south is a very similar park industrial west to east. But as I say, let's go over to tap map and just view it. And the way I want you to think about this map is it's a balanced Faymonville approach with no house in the centre. Because if you look, the fuel's a little bit further along, and I think you're going to want to connect up this northern side, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's go over to our first engagement here as Kubelwagen inspects Baoliang's opponent, IncaUna's forces. Just gets a feel for them. And hopefully Zany Zap in chat, who is my moderator and audio tester, can tell me if the game is a good level relative to my vocals. I'm going to look at chat for a fleeting moment. Now, Zany, tell me. Volksgrenadier is capping in the south. Game seems a tad low, he says. Okay, we'll turn that up, Stern Pioneers going into the southern area. All the aggression so far has been with the Kubelwagen. And let's just have a think. I was about to say, let's have a think about the commanders. We have Elite Armoured Doctrine, a bit of Sturmtiger action. Of course, only ever seen in Warszawa, or Warsaw for you Westerners. The Sturmtiger in its urban kind of hunting ground was used to crush the Polish resistance in the Second World War towards the end of it in 1945, I believe. Supply track coming out. First one there, and it will be the first one for both of the two players, of course. I will get over the idea of the mirror matches. And, I mean, 2 reasons why we're playing mirror matches today. 3 reasons why we're playing mirror matches today. I'm going to go through all of them. Firstly, it makes the map balance the number one thing we're going to be looking at. It's all about how the players play on the map and not how the factions play on the map. Secondly, and kind of joint, we remove ourselves from faction balance. We don't have to worry about this being the January winter balance mod, which is way out of date because Relics still haven't fixed observer mode. No, we don't have to worry about that. And thirdly, it's bloody fun. We've never seen this before. This is a whole new dynamic. Should, of course, mean that we get to see a little bit more of the factions that we didn't see in the Master League. This, okay, of course, being a double dosage of OKW. Yeah, should be a bloody good laugh. That's what we're here for, a bit of a laugh. This is AE running down the funds of the Master League, of course. The Master League proper came to an end due to various reasons. But the league itself will continue. That's the spreadsheet containing players and their performance. Common misconception. Everyone thinks that everything's ending with regards to the Master League. Not quite true. Anyway, Stern Pioneers under pressure. There's a quick incendiary grenade. Kubel, by the way, has got his 1 kill, but a lot of health damage, meaning he got veterancy 1 already. Here comes the 2-2-1, revealing IncaUna's commander choice. And we have a cut-off attempt coming in here. Folks Grenadiers getting in dirty and deep. And there you go, 2-2-1 takes out the Kubelwagen. So a little bit of trading there. We did have the Kubelwagen down, but the cut-off taken. And it seems that the map is going into Bao Liang's hands, but materially, IncaUna's definitely ahead now. Nice, juicy base sectors with big openings, but just enough protection. That's what you want in a Company Heroes 2 base sector. These maps have had a lot of inspections, though. Not much play time, but people have looked at them and given them advice, the map makers. Mostly me, I must say. Not just trying to say this is the AE show, but this is my map competition, so I've had I've given them a lot of advice based on my experience. So there we go. IncaUna's going to take his cut-off back. Put this Folks Grenadier under pressure. We do have the truck out, so that could have been a Faust. Oh, we got a Shrek. That's where the munitions have gone. Fair enough. So he's gone for Panzer Shrek, Stern Pioneers. This is a 2-2-1 and 4 Folks Grenadier. Now this is the 4th one just entering the battlefield. Have to say the map's playing very well thus far. I think Angry Dutchman's played on this map and he said it was a good one. So that's why I thought we'd start with Champs-Élysées. Hopefully I'll remember to show you the loading out screen, which is a beautiful photograph of the VE celebrations. 3 victory points go in IncaUna's favour. Could he be our first deathmatch champion? Like Terry Funk or Cactus Jack before him. Could he be just that? 3 victory points in his favour. And he's drawn level now with Bao Liang as we live and breathe. Folks Grenadiers retreat in the south as new ones dawn upon them. If you want to get yourself in an alt history mood, just think of this as the plot to assassinate Hitler goes right, and it causes a civil war in 1943. That's what we're going to say here. So it's fighting on the streets of Paris. There's always some level of alt history you can apply to these mirror match conquests. Okay, Folks Grenadiers are going to go for the central victory point now in the south. Just pondering forward there. And the Stern Pioneers, and they're going to cut off the retreat here, but no sign of any infiltration nades, of course, from either player, actually. Oh no, we could go Scavenge Doctrine if you want to see some juicy wipes on retreat. I'm always amazed by OKW players. Ah! A Shrek snipe! Love it! Eat a Panzer Shrek to the face, Co-1 style. That's what we want to see. Oh, there's a nade on retreat for you. So what just happened? Seemed like it. Oh, we could get a squad wipe here. Needs to go stationary, perhaps. Oh no, that was his nade. My bad. There we go, because he's got the Panzer Faust and he gets the 2-2-1. AE is delirious. I am casting hot today, which means it's just so incredibly hot in England. It's 22 degrees, but our houses are built like boilers. They're built for the winter, and every time it's even marginally hot. I think it's a bit hotter than that, actually. It just kills us, and that's why all of you guys around the world laugh at the stories of people dying in heat waves in the UK when it's like 26 degrees. But our houses are incubators. So getting my excuses in if I go delirious during the stream and start seeing things that aren't there. Shoe mine coming down. South side, Folks Grenadiers can't hold the line because they didn't draw the line closely enough. And a flak truck is IncaUna's choice. Interesting. He, by the way, also has his own Panzer Shrek on the Stern Pioneer. Stay hydrated is in chat. Stun grenade off. Allows him a safe retreat. No blobbing on retreat. Sometimes I don't get the Stern Pioneer's usage of stun grenades. Somebody more high level than myself probably has to explain it to me. It doesn't always... That's a beautiful effect. Look at that. Graphics. Bloody phenomenal. Love those fire effects. Folks Grenadiers caught with their pants down, and they're going to have to really think about things now as Bao Liang is going to have to get a Rakettenwerfer or maybe something stronger, to quote the British forces, because... Ooh, Stern Pioneer's looking low. There's the 2-2-1 doing damage. 6 kills on that baby. And here's the flat truck setting up for the very first time. But the Folks Grenadiers are out of picture. Back in the south, these Folks Grenadiers are forced away of Baoliang. How's Deathmatch treating you so far? Are you getting a good feel for the map? Because if you are, that's the intention. I want you to think about the map without questioning faction balance. And that's the whole idea and premise. I think it's playing roughly quite well thus far. There's that first little burst. Hits these rubble. First Grenadiers will be fine. Meanwhile, in the north, they've managed to set up their heavy cover. Also got Stern Pioneers coming in. This is really pushing Baoliang back, giving him all kinds of trouble. I think I might open a window actually at Kaifeng. That's a bloody good idea. I'm just worried about moths, you see. What's happened to me when I've cast in the summer before, in the past 2 years living in this house, is I open the window, right, and then I forget, and then it goes dark during one of the games, and then I'm attacked by moths. It's genuinely one of my biggest concerns. It's horrible. Nice shot there by the Stern Pioneers, getting a good... forcing the 2-2-1 away. Folks Grenadiers forced away. I just really feel like IncaUna is doing a bloody good job of just keeping the front lines at the moment. And the victory points situation starting to tell its tale. Fuel-wise, he's pulled ahead slightly, despite having built 2 vehicles, which should tell you everything you need to know. Let's go over to Baoliang's forces. He does have the Schwer up, though, so that should be considered. Rakettenwerfer with a good shot, forcing away IncaUna's flak. Can't fire through that or through that. So that's going to have... His Rakettenwerfer will have to reconsider his position. Look at this Schwer positioning. He's going to stop any manoeuvring around this area. Will allow him to platform it and use it to control this victory point, perhaps. 2-2-1 is stricken. Just look at the kills on that bad boy. 12 infantry, 1 vehicle destroyed. In the north, Folks Grenadiers doing a good job of capping territories. High munitions will go back into Baoliang's hands. I don't know where IncaUna's from. I have a feeling he's from somewhere like Mexico. Somebody confirm in chat for me. Obviously, Baoliang is from USA. I think he might be of Russian vintage, but he's certainly from the USA. Romania, Zany says. Interesting. Love it. We should be playing on Play S, shouldn't we? That'd be a good match for him. Flat truck comes up. Folks Grenadiers. See how fast that retreat is. See how on it Baoliang is. By the way, guys, they are fighting for $20. The winner of this will get 20 United States dollars. And every subsequent game won will be a further 20. So it's a real good chance to make some money. And to be honest, it's partly the reason I didn't choose to invite any of the mega elite super duper players. Because they are OP, aren't they? It's a good chance to see some guys that are pretty good, but not the best in the world. Just nearly the best in the world. Right, anyway. Using this heavy cover to their advantage as the Rakettenwerfer destroys it from us afar. Meanwhile, in the south, Stern Pioneers battling up against the Folks Grenadiers behind the trees there. We've had a new unit ready. I think it's the Obersoldat. Indeed it is. What are they going... Well, they haven't gone for the MG34 quite yet. And still no commander choice from Baoliang. Rakettenwerfer pushes up. He's got good support here. The suppression really stops the Rakettenwerfer doing the work he needs to do. But that said, he is tracking. No. Out of range now. Out of range. Meanwhile, in the south, no, still no MG34s attacking. He's instead investing in mines, meaning he won't be able to get the MG34s for a while. Don't forget the commander choices. Scavenge. Perhaps we could still see that. I would have seen JLIs most likely and infiltration tactics if he'd gone that. Elite armoured, that would be funny. Get his own Sturm Tigers. Battle of the Sturm Tigers. First Storm. Doubt we're going to see that now. Oh, Stern Pioneer's low. Couldn't take out the 2-2-1. He's doing a really good job with that thing. Shoe Mine is so close. Maybe he was trying to bait him into it, perhaps. Just trying to get some soft damage off. Small arms fire. What a bundle nade! But oh my god, the Folks Grenadiers only lost 1 soldat there. MG34 suppresses the Folks Grenadiers. I really feel like IncaUna's just had like a small unlucky there with the creeping Raketenwerfer. How does the 2-2-1 survive that? I think we just hit a small piece of map debris. One thing the map makers will have to do is have a few minutes of White Flesh Reborn and talk about the small objects that can kind of stick out and ruin pathing. And they don't actually take up too much area. But see how far off it is. That means it controls a tile in the game. And you have to maneuver it by a millimeter to stop it controlling a further 12 tiles all around. Folks going to just about survive. Suppression platform, flak half track doing a lot of work out there. MG34 forced away. Fuel being harassed in the south. Bao Liang's first choice has to be the Panzer IV. He has a lot of fuel. He needs the manpower. Incendiary grenade on the Stern Pioneers. Back in the south, we've got flanking Folks Grenadiers here. This IncaUna squad could be in trouble. And yeah, the Schwer gets health damage in. It could be in real trouble. We've got Obersoldaten putting shots in as well. And surely this Folks Grenadier will pick them up. It's got to be. They're stationary. One more shot should do it. And they're dead. And they're dead. And they're dead. What the hell? Meanwhile, in the north, shouts of grenades. It's all incendiary. Never know how these guys escaped. Very lucky indeed. Panzer IV is indeed the choice, meaning IncaUna's light vehicles could be in trouble very shortly. I think I'm liking the mirror match so far, has to be said. It's been a good bit of fun. Not enjoyed saying Folks Grenadier over and over again. But other than that, it's been a good laugh. Obers eating kill to the 2-2-1. That's just absolutely dominated the affair right now. He's overstayed his welcome though. Raketenwerfer's going to get this shot off. No smoke. And MG34 damage against the Raketenwerfer. And he's decrewed. That is really unfortunate. Oh, folks could come in now and take the weapon. Okay, which folks will get there first though? Oh no, he's not gone there. He's gone for the point instead. That is a shame. Mind you, Flak's going to stop this Folks Grenadier picking it up. Here comes the Panzer IV. Oh, this is really unfortunate. The Panzer IV would have been so supremely dominant. But now with two Raketenwerfers, it's going to be halted in its tracks. There's the other one. Salt to the wound. Fly in the eye. The penis caught in your zipper. It's just not what you want to happen. A horde of blue Vokes. Folks go forward. No threat of an Alpha Faust though. He gets safely into the building. Panzer IV marches on. Through the gap in the remnants of that building. Can they find the flak? Yes, they can. One more kill required. Faust will do it. There you go. Flak down. Folks could die here as well. Can he target in time? No, he didn't. He didn't target in time. Lost an opportunity there, perhaps. Bao Liang gets a measure of retribution. Champs-Élysées playing well so far. Nowhere near close enough for a Faust. Good work being done by the Sturms. He does need this cut-off, however. Surely going to go for that next. Get some double fuel in the bag. He's at 55 at the moment. And we have the Schwer deploying in a relatively safe location, just outside the base there. It's going to be, you know, protected from shot blockers, but it isn't actually going to do much by way of shooting people with its gun. I don't think this. Somebody in chat says this map seems bad for light vehicles. If you look at this, I really don't think it does. What does need looking at though is the amount of cover points. As I mentioned, they just need. In World Builder, there's a grid format, and you just double check all the cover isn't hogging all of the pathways, basically. I'm sure JoJ will hear this and know what I mean. No, it's relatively open, isn't it? Got big. You can do a big S shape all the way across the map with light vehicles. Just need to know. And that the problem is with light vehicle play, guys, it's very map dependent in your brain. You have to know the map and understand it to be able to play with them. You have to know where the the points of refuge are to hide with your light vehicles. You have to know where your attack points are and where you're hidden from Rakettenwerfers and such. And it's a delicate game. It's a delicate balance, rather. Right then, so where are we on the Panzer Authorizer? Look at the amount of fuel IncaUna's had. Is he going to go straight for it, though? Or is he perhaps going to go for the Sturmtiger? Now he's got 2 Rakettenwerfers. We could indeed be seeing the mightiest of siege mortars. A rocket-propelled demon of the Tiger variety. This is a 5 Volksgrenadier composition of Baoliang, and they're all marching forward. Now that one of the suppression platforms is down, this MG34 has its work cut out for it. We lost a gun crew somewhere. I've got Baoliang selected, so that would have been Bao. Goes forward. And on. 2-2-1 with 20 infantry kills now, and soon to add more to that. I'm just really excited by the idea that we could be seeing a Sturmtiger from IncaUna make our dreams come... Oh! There we go. We've got Elite Armoured Doctrine also chosen for Bao. So it could be Battle of the Sturmtigers in this game. Didn't even clock that. That's awesome. Right, okay. I'm excited for the idea of 2 Sturmtigers. It's like Ghostbusters. You never cross the streams. In this case, we could be having a rocket artillery fest. I don't know what will happen to the game if 2 Sturmtigers hit each other at exactly the right time. Could create a rift in the space-time continuum and swallow us whole. This could be the time singularity event that caused Relic's patch to reduce us all to 5 frames per second. It may have happened in the future. What may have happened is the 2 Sturmtigers collided at one another with their huge, I think, 240mm rockets or something crazy. And it caused a future rift in the space-time continuum, which caused Relic's balance patch to reduce our games to rubble. And you could not write this in a science fiction book. This is probably what happened. Probably. Panzer authorization is unlocked for both players. We await the arrival of the first of the 2 Sturmtigers. He needs the manpower, though, and he's played very cautiously for a while now, with triple cap, by the way. So, you know, we're going to have to be careful that IncaUna doesn't just run away with this game, especially when his Sturmtiger hits at 570 manpower. Good Raketten shots in there. Panzer IV has to get away. Ober's a bit of spotting there, very costly 80 manpower spotting in the north. Volksgrenadiers doing their best to cap the victory point. They've got to be fast. But these folks are ready to cap. There they go. They go in just as we call them out on their idleness. Capping in the north, 258 victory points. Building destroyed here, and all the rubble randomly deploys with no animation. Got 4 folks. Oh, he's going Panther. Oh, he won't listen to me. He's going Panther. He wants to win. God damn him. Can't have been this that caused the patch to be 5 FPS. Must have been something else. Vet 5, by the way, on this 223 now. It can plant Regal Mines. Never going to see that in a game. It can use it when using the lockdown ability. It receives less damage. Vet 4 and 5 don't matter for OKW anymore. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Other than stuff like Sprint on Obers and obviously like the Tiger Vet. It just doesn't matter, does it? It still looks cool, though. Panther's ready for action. This Panzer IV, who's currently laying siege to the southwest base exit of IncaUna, has got to be really careful. Another Rakettenwerfer shot, folks slow. Panther could be coming in to finish off the job, and Bao's hopes of survival in game 1 here. We could be seeing our first deathmatch champion crowned. It could be IncaUna. Panzer IV's down. He's just possibly played the better game here. I really feel the lack of a light vehicle from Baoliang in the early game could have cost him. Penclip in chat says he's countering the future use of a Regal by not having vehicles. Wow, 5-dimensional Scrabble there. And just look at this gorgeous map. It is a thing of wonder. Let's have a look at the Panther as it obliterates Paris. If Folks and Sturm's arriving in the north in force, let's go and it's a nice little moment of lull in activity, isn't it? Prioritised vehicle and repaired there. Let's go in with the 2-2-1. And let's stop this cinematic. I have to say IncaUna's played bloody well. He showed a great deal of competence here. And just really tidy play, must be said. He's not put a foot wrong. Shame we never got to see guys like this in the Master League. Such a brutal format, isn't it? Traditional tournament seeding. Really means that a lot of the players trying to enter the scene are up against the very best in the game. Schwer could be taken out now. We've got the 2 Rakettenwerfers set up in perfect position. And Schwer's taken down. Baoliang could be close to tapping out here, but no, he's got a good infantry flank coming in. He might have ideas of what he could do with it. I heard of Faust, nothing happened. Got some artillery from the Panzer V here. Schwer is used. It did fire its gun after all, so I misspoke there horrendously. Rakettenwerfer suffering the cold steel fate. And what a crush on the folks there. Vet 5 folks could stick around to try and get the wipe. Obers. He's got a good amount of health on that last soldat there. Should be fine. Oh no, he got taken out. Good focus firing. I think that might have been the Panther, you know. That's a brutal loss. A brutal loss indeed. For Mr. Baoliang. And he's left with not much at all now. It's 72 pop cap versus 33. And you could say he's been outplayed. You can't blame faction balance. And I have to say this map has just been really well played so far. It has got rotational symmetry, so it should be balanced in theory. But there may be minor quirks or differences that a man of Baoliang's stature and his intellect will be able to point out, I'm sure. Look at this 2-2-1 corralling. The Sturm Pioneer's like an overzealous sheepdog right now. Won't be anything of the sheep left if it continues. This thing has 26 infantry kills and that early Kubelwagen kill, of course. And he's pushing in now to take away the final victory points. Could we indeed see the fabled Sturmtiger of Antioch? Foes capping in the north. It's looking bleak out there. 200 points remain, but Baoliang is off Von Ivan. Vintage. Oh, and he's found them mechanized now. That's horrendously unfortunate for Bao. I can't see how much more the American can take here. If I was his cornerman, I would throw in the towel. But in MMA, I'd just ask him to tap out. Oh dear, oh dear. We possibly have our first deathmatch champion. He is of Romanian stock. And his name is IncaUna. Unless we see an absolutely heroic comeback. I don't know how it's even possible. He does have a lot of fuel, it has to be said. Maybe, just maybe, he could save for his own Sturmtiger. And maybe it could create... It's not going to happen. I can't even hype it, even ironically. Inspect. Oh, look at that. He even got back gardens. Very familiar washing line there. Reminds me of my own pantaloons. I wonder what's showing in Paris at the moment. Ah, Paris will always be Paris. I'm not sick of that song. Vet 5, folks. It's all Vet 5 for Bao. But he's not got much of it right now. And, yeah. Let's have a little look at chat, see what we're thinking about this particular map. He's just absolutely wrecking face at the moment. He really is. I can see how much longer the game goes on for as well. Thanks to the fact that I arrived a little bit late. Full clarity, I was too busy trying to work on the stream assets. Oh, I don't need to even go into that tangent because here it is. The Sturmtiger's ready to finish off the resistance. The Baoliang resistance. Can he get his own Sturmtiger? He's going for it. No, he needs a Schwer. Damn it, Inca. Damn you. Damn you to hell. Well, hell's exactly where he's about to send Baoliang, because this is the deathmatch equivalent of an exploding barbed wire table. And he's about to pile drive this poor lifeless body on it right now. He's doing the cutthroat gesture to the crowd. And he's signaling for the big, bad siege mortar of destruction. Probably isn't it? Is it more of an assault gun, rocket propelled, mega weapon, experimental Wunderwaffe? It's something. Either way, this Raketenwerfer stands little chance of life. Oh no, he's going forward into battle. Now he retreats. Pro gaming. Go on, Sturm, just go after them. Make them suffer. Let's get on board with them as he chases them down. Oh no! It's a King Tiger! What are we seeing? It's King Tiger versus Sturm Tiger. This can't happen. This is the comeback we all heard about. Just when you least expected it, 68.5 tons of quantified destruction sneak up on you and slap you in the face with that enormous 88mm cannon. Sturm Tiger doesn't know what he's doing. He's got a chubby little thing. Look at this enormous appendage. You can't do anything when you... You've only got 54 victory points, to be fair. He has managed to cap this southern one. Panther's ready to go on an almighty flank. That's right, Francis in chat. It's King Tiger versus Thick Tiger with a double C. Oh, there's the... Oh, nice shot on the Raketenwerfer there. Sturm Tiger does get his 4 kills. And the King Tiger's about to die. Penetration from the Panther. Surely about to burn up. No, he gets the kill on the Panther. Love it. He got artillery off in his death throws, though. The commander had one garbled transmission, and it was to unleash artillery, but it does nothing. The King Tiger will survive. Perhaps a moral victory. A moral victory for Bao. Perhaps. 16 victory points ticking down. Was it indeed heat rounds that we used? Can't see that it was, to be honest. Just think it penetrated and killed him. King Tiger's going for a flank. Little health. Maybe he can kill the 2-2-1 for even more of a moral victory. But no. 1 victory point ticking down to 0. We have your deathmatch champion. And his name is IncaUna. There we go. Still rolling with the... It is indeed versus PFC. IncaUna asked me in chat. That's who it's versus. And IncaUna chooses faction. Guys, what map do you want? If you know the maps, the first one to say what map from the map competition maps can choose the map in chat. As long as your name isn't Baoliang, because you've already played. I see you there. Random. Can't be possible. Well, it can. I've got the Wheel of Fate just to the next. Canal Park, Rachel says. There we go. It's going to be on Canal Park next map. It's a PFC is the chosen one, and the reason it's PFC is because he's Korean. They're all selecting up right now. That's a good first game, that was. Bao, how did you find the map? Now we've got you in chat. Would you let us know what you thought of it? UFC. Okay, it's USF. There we go. Ah, Bao doesn't like it. Well, give it time. I'm sure it's got room for growth. Anything you don't like about it, please feel free to post in the Discord, and we'll the map makers are standing by to make edits. I think Angry Dutchman liked it so far. You dislike it. As a caster, I thought it was all right. But yeah, wait to see. Okay, you think it's like the gameplay of Nexus. Yeah, it's very Nexus-y. I didn't really make that. I thought it'd be more Feymanville-y, and the reason I thought that was because of how the territory sectors were connected. But I can understand with the site and shot blockers how it could play like Nexus as well. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. A lot of people love Nexus though, don't they? So maybe this is would be a good map for majority. Oh shit! I just want to show you guys if I can quickly show you. There you go. There's the loading screen of it. Vive de Gaulle, etc. It did seem campy, didn't it? How did you like the mirror matches as a way to test map making? Did you think it worked? Yes, Rachel, they are all the rage, aren't they? We get to see yours soon. It's going to be Canal Park. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, next game's coming up, lads. Can't wait. Yeah, to be honest, Bao, it's not as experimental as people think. The game kind of plays the same. And people don't realise just how much they play as their faction. When they don't play against their enemy's faction, they play as who they are. Because that's what your brain has to think about. The threat is often the threat, and you understand the threat. But if the threat just happens to be the same army as you, it doesn't make as much difference as you think. Well, we'll add more fun restrictions as we go along. I think mirror matches is always something I wanted to try. Well, Cobal's. I forgot to invite Cobal. I'm sorry. I'll try and get Cobal in there. Next one, we're going to choose. We'll do a chat vote for next player. Baoliang versus Bao. That's what the next one will be. It'll just be Baoliang versus a copy of himself. That's the ultimate mirror. Indeed. Chihuahua versus Chihuahua. Hot Chihuahua action. I used to say Chihuahua at one point in my life until I got corrected. I can't imagine how daft that sounded. Ed, I was going to invite you, but to be honest, I had too much on my plate today. I had to hoover up, and it was stressing me out, man. I didn't even know if I'd be doing this. But that 2v2 grand final was pretty badass, wasn't it? I'm not going to eat an honest burger out of your bum crack. That's a terrible thing to say. I don't even understand what you mean. But guys, if you go and check out, I will try and update this. I am trying to lower my time doing organisational stuff in this community. We'll see how that's going to go. Because it's been an addictive hobby for a very long time. But this is if you go to the URL for it. I mean, I think I'm not on anything too bad here. The URL for it, this, I should have put in the Steam chat, but I'll just paste for you now. It's tinyurl.com/CoH2 Deathmatch. Hopefully I spelled that right. Yes, I did. There we go. And yeah, it's going to be simple, and we're going to have the games up here. It's $20 a win. Just keep it simple. And to be honest, I'll try and do it every weekend, but if I don't, I don't. It'll be as simple as that. The players will get warning on the day if they want to play, but in future we will try and do it around 2 p.m. in future. Like it was just because that 2v2 grand final was on, so yeah, it was not ideal timing. But you know, that 2v2 grand final was bloody awesome, wasn't it? I haven't watched one quite like that for a long time. It really felt like the shackles were off for the players. I don't know why it did, but maybe the SU-85 versus Panther dynamic I thought was fun. If it was like an SU-85 and a Jackson versus Panthers, I think like it's not as exciting, the pushes, because it's got those, that just gameplay element for me is exciting. Yes, indeed. I once slapped Ed with a fish for the most happiest day of my life. Okay, let's see if they've started now, the old players. Let's see if we're ready to get it on. I'm going to have to go drink some water. I feel very dehydrated with the heat today. I'm going to drink some water. So I'll go on to a weight screen. The weight screen is still the Master League because we're still thanking everyone that helped fund all of those major tournaments we did. So let's go over to that for a little bit. And then when you hear my voice next, we'll be going into Game 2. Cheers.